Hello everybody out there in Bourbon Real Talk land. Gonna do a real quick review of an extra special bottle. This is a Japan only wild turkey that I was lucky enough to win in a fundraiser. Comes in this nifty box, and it is an 8-year age stated product. And as you can see on the back label, see, can we get it out of all of the, there we go. It's all Japanese writing on there. Which is kind of cool. So for those of you who don't know, and I know most of you do, there was a time frame where basically Japan was keeping the US bourbon market afloat, and all premium bottles for the most part during that time frame in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s were being sold over in Japan. There's a lot of these bottles floating around on the secondary because, you know, some of them started to sneak back across the pond. So this one was one that I won. And oh, it looks like we're going to have that cork issue. So these corks, and this happens an awful lot. Look at that. So a lot of these dusty turkeys this happens to. I'm going to have to get a wine opener to get the rest of this out. All right, well, that didn't exactly go as planned. What sometimes happens with these, a lot of these corks have gone bad over time. Turkey's known for that. And if you can see, it kind of pushed the cork in there. So we're going to go ahead and taste it up. And when I'm done with the video, I'll go clean all of that out and make sure that it's good. So pour this bad boy up. We're going to sit that right there. Hopefully you can see it a little. Yeah, you can. So first off, on the nose, there's still a little bit of that fruit left. Getting a little bit of dark cherry, but definitely some, maybe even a darker fruit. Maybe even on the nose a little bit of like a acai berry or a little bit of a raisin, plum. But there's a little bit of a leatheriness, which is something that I get an awful lot in these older, dusty bourbons. I know that there's some chemical reactions that happen that can cause that to kind of take place. I don't fully understand the science on it, but let's taste it up and see what it tastes like. And by the way, we've got excellent color in that as well. And I checked the bottle before we started filming. No haziness, which is something that you'll sometimes need to look for in these dusty bottles. Sometimes they will get hazy. That's also part of the chemical reaction, and if they get hazy enough, it can mean that it's a problem. So there's such a thing as product separation. So if you go look at my non-chill filter bonus content, that'll kind of explain product separation having to do with the lipids chilling down enough to congeal and making the whiskey hazy. The haziness of a dusty is a little bit different. So wow. Wow. Butterscotch, caramel, vanilla, dark cherry. But then it transitions into those dusty, funky turkey flavors, getting some leather on this, maybe a little bit of graphite, machine oil, but not as much as a lot of dusty turkey that I've had. And a little bit of the flavor that you get from port. So port wines are wines that have been fully oxidized. And I do get a little bit of that port type flavor. And maybe that's why I was smelling some darker fruit like raisin and that type of thing. But anyway, all in all, an amazing whiskey. If you ever get a chance to try one, I strongly suggest it. And I'll see you next time on Bourbon Real Talk.